Modern women want commitment from men, but can they offer it? Not at all. You see, fairy tales have made women think they deserve Mr. Right just because they're women. On top of that, they're told they're perfect and don't need to do anything to get a man's attention. Babe, no worries, just put on some makeup and look good in front of them. That's what society, the media, and even her mother tell her. The result? A new boyfriend every 3 months, or even more frequently. She's not capable of keeping a man. Why is this happening? Am I not pretty enough? She wonders. Maybe she's hot as hell, but that's all she is. She's not a good conversationalist, brings drama to the table, is flaky, and even a feminist. Not the type of woman you would commit to. Only desperate men do that, and you're not one of them, for sure. Women these days are all about the surface, so they might get a man, but not his commitment.
Ladies, this is why some men are refusing to commit to modern women. Let's get into it. Ladies, this is important. Listen up. If you have or continue to accept minimum effort from men or no effort from men, have given them all access passes anyway, or you communicate that you have really high standard, history has shown otherwise. It shows that you continuously lower your standards, accept bare minimum from men, or with men that do not meet your set standards or the standards that you say that you have. Just to have a man, you've devalued yourself. Notice this? They do listen. Well, some do. And they observe. They wise. Therefore, the men that you desire will not see you as deserving of X commitment or X amount of effort because of who, how, and how often you've given other men that don't meet your set standard or the standard you say that you have, all access passes to you. The low standards in situationships make it hard for you to get the man that you desire. Make wise choices, ladies.
The wise choice for these women would be having some level of integrity and stop letting Chad bang her on the first date. But hey, the nice guys must work for her pussy because it ain't free and she knows her worth. I'm being sarcastic, of course. In today's video, we're taking a look at why men don't commit to modern day women and why this is driving them crazy. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever.
Sadly, a lot of these women just aren't worth the trouble of dealing with them. They don't add any real value to a man's life. Question: would you commit to a partner that could take half of your money, the house you paid for, and even your kids? You wouldn't. That's why men don't commit and think twice before putting their dicks inside the wrong woman. Is there a right woman in the West anyway? This is funny because women ask where the nice guys are all the time, but men don't complain about the scarcity of good women. Another proof that women need men more than men need women. Let that sink in. Here's the deal. In a world where commitment seems like a relic of the past, the question of why men hesitate to commit has become a puzzle for the modern dating scene. Why won't he commit to me? Is the question that goes through the minds of tons of women. But let's delve into the realm of modern relationships where chivalry is gone for good and the dating landscape has transformed into a circus. You can't deny that this is a clown world, thus the use of circus. Before we dive into the heart of the matter, let's unravel the enigma of commitment. For men, commitment isn't just about cozy evenings and sweet nothings. It involves trading an immense chunk of their time, energy, money, and emotional resources. Women might wonder why men find it difficult to give up these aspects, but let's put it into perspective. Imagine committing to a $3,000 monthly mortgage, doing the dishes every day, or cleaning toilets. Suddenly, the word commitment takes on an obligatory undertone, accompanied by a sense of giving up on your freedom. And bet that the feminist woman you deal with will still want you to pay the $3,000 of rent. Then women wonder why men prefer sharing their apartment with their bros, pooling their money, and living a life of tranquility. Your bros are loyal to you and help you improve, but a modern day woman replaces you in the blink of an eye if you don't fulfill her whims. This is simple. Obligation, that feeling of being tied down, is one of the prime reasons men don't like commitment. But let's pause for a moment and consider the irony. In a society that champions independence and freedom, is it surprising that men, too, want to break free from the chains of obligation? It's a mystery. The very idea of commitment undermines the notion of freedom that the modern world cherishes. And as you know, men do know what true freedom is, so committing to a woman who will try her best to absorb your time, energy, and resources sounds like a pretty bad deal.
Have you seen the Titanic?
Yes, Alex, I have, because I'm a normal human being, unlike you.
Because I didn't know on the Titanic when it was going down, literally, they on the lifeboats last night. I was like, well, who got on the lifeboats? Who'd we save?
The women and children.
So today, in today's age, if the boat was going down, do you think the same thing would happen?
I'd call for it.
I mean, I
women
think
and children, everyone.
Remember,
Get in
line. I was thinking some guys would be like, well, listen, I run a Fortune 500 company. I need to be on the boat.
No, literally, I think that we would all have like the assumption that it would be that way, but I don't think men would do that.
I could see some guys being like, here's my tax returns. I'm getting on the boat.
No, literally, like, I do more for this world than you. I'm getting on.
You're welcome.
But I'm pregnant. I don't care.
I was just thinking, like, would that still play?
I don't think so.
You think it'd be different?
Chivalry is almost dead.
Is it almost dead?
At least with the guys I've dated.
Chivalry is dead and women killed it, Dave Chappelle. You either get equality or get your privileges. Make up your mind. Chivalry is dead for good, and men are not out there learning womanese 24/7 to adapt to the ever-changing wants of a woman. If she wants to go Dutch, that's cool. But if she backbites you saying that you're not man enough because you don't pay for her expensive dishes, she can get the F out. Men don't have time for women who offer nothing but headaches, contradictions, and pretty much shift the goalposts day in and day out. Why don't men commit? Here's another major reason. Picture this. Men, chasing after freedom with the intensity of a treasure hunt, striving to break free from the shackles of life's constraints. You know, making a bunch of money, becoming a person of means, and all that good stuff. The masculine energy yearns for liberation from the mundane. Some men fight lifelong battles for freedom, and once they capture it, they hold on to it with unwavering resolve. After all, why let go of something that brings exhilaration? In contrast, men find that obligations, chores, and commitments are perceived as just that, obligations. Work feels like a burden, while golf, a leisurely activity, is embraced wholeheartedly. Who would have thought that a round of golf could symbolize liberation, while tasks like work turn into drudgery? But that's the irony. The very things that feel obligatory overshadow the pursuit of passion. Here's the kicker. Doing those chores for yourself is cool, but doing that because your woman is a feminist and thinks that homemaking is an oppressive task is not cool at all. Most men out there make money in hopes of finding the right woman, but once they enter the dating scene, all they find are women who can't cook, clean, or simply make a man's life easier. The consequence? Men jump through hoops to get some intimacy, sex zone women, and never let them know that all they want out of a boss babe type of woman is her body. Will she bring anything else of value to your life? The answer is, well, no.
Chivalry is dead and women killed it, not men. Because why would a guy, you guys gotta understand, men are deductive problem solvers, right? Everything you guys see in this room was built by a man. Men look at a problem, okay, let me try to figure this out. Men quickly realize, okay, I want sex, how do I get sex? Woman has sex. What do I have to do to get sex from woman? Well, I'm gonna give her flowers to be a nice guy. Gets friend zoned, gets stood up on dates, get flaked on. Fuck, this doesn't work. How do I get girls? Oh, I need to be a fucking asshole. So, what do men do? They adopt the bad boy image, being an asshole, to go ahead and get girls, because women respect men that don't necessarily give them the same level of respect. Nice guys finish last, and it's been a saying for decades, for a reason, because women don't know how to behave when a guy's a gentleman off rip.
Now, let's pivot to the baggage women occasionally carry. It's no secret that men hate the idea of dealing with excess emotional weight, complaints, dissatisfaction, and never-ending demands. women can't even imagine being labeled as a burden on someone's life. It's an uncomfortable thought, but it circles back to the concept of freedom. A man grappling with excess baggage isn't a happy man. It's as if his freedom is weighed down by chains. Your hard-earned money deserves good treatment, not a hoe who will blow it up. The notion of a man creating a negative association with women thanks to the baggage is quite a paradox. After all, we all want unconditional love, but the question that looms large is, can men truly provide this love if they feel weighed down? This dilemma points to the age-old clash of desires, women desiring unconditional love, and men yearning for freedom and respect. Women don't offer any kind of respect, so men just get out of the dating scene because, as Myron says, they're deductive problem solvers. No wife material out there? I'm not playing then. In a world where modern dating has taken a wild turn, the dynamics between men and women have grown complex and intriguing. The main claim is that men won't commit anymore, juxtaposed with the revelation that many modern women seem to be the masterminds behind their own relationship puzzles. This is what I mean. Let's unmask the irony that unfolds when women, while lamenting the scarcity of commitment from men, conveniently overlook how much they love juggling balls. Multiple candidates, as if women were some sort of employer. What a bad treatment. This curious phenomenon raises questions about the authenticity of their longing for commitment and the unconscious roles they play in shaping today's dating game. Picture this, a woman expressing her grievances about how men nowadays are allergic to commitment. They're all commitment phobic, she said, and her frustration palpable. When you see her past, though, it becomes evident that she's not just interacting with one man, but has an entire roster of potential partners in her life, each looking for her attention and something else. Suddenly, the narrative shifts from men won't commit to which man should I choose to commit to.
People should date like sociopaths. Both men and women should date around. As long as you're not having sex casually with many people, I think it's a good plan to date several people at the same time so that you don't get too attached until you find the right one. I'm bisexual, so I once had a guy drop me off to a date with another girl. You should always dress well out of respect for your partner or whoever you're seeing. Being feminine and elegant and dressing in a particular way that flatters your body encourages them to be chivalrous. These are definitely traits we want to see in men. Men aren't necessarily aware of how much women invest in dates. We spend so much money on outfits, on hair, on makeup, and so there is an investment on our part, which is why we expect an investment on your part. I think it's important for men to be chivalrous. It makes them feel more manly, and it makes women feel protected.
Look, I don't have time to date multiple people. The way I stay unemotionally attached to one person is by focusing on my own personal goals. As T.I. said, money over bitches. Not only does a man increase his own value by doing that, he won't get crushed when he invested all his time and silly love into someone who discarded him at a whim. In reality, the juxtaposition of having tons of dudes and no commitment is almost comedic. It's like standing in front of a buffet table groaning with sumptuous dishes while bemoaning the lack of food options. The irony lies in the fact that while women cry about men's hesitation to commit, they themselves are often engaged in a juggling act, exploring various connections without settling on one, even sleeping with several dudes at the same time. Disgusting. This situation, aka having a roster or multiple situationships, is not inherently wrong. After all, in the era of dating apps and easy accessibility, exploring options is a logical response. However, the disconnect arises when these same women complain about the lack of commitment, seemingly oblivious to the fact that their own behavior might be contributing to the confusion. The hypocrisy is real, and these women question the authenticity of the men they date while simultaneously withholding their own commitment. It's as if they've built a fortress of caution while throwing stones at the very idea of commitment. This hypocrisy stems from a conflict between desires and fears. On one hand, there's a genuine yearning for a deep, meaningful relationship. At the end of the day, women are biologically designed to be monogamous. On the other, the fear of being vulnerable and potentially hurt drives them to keep multiple options at arm's length, and yeah, they use this to justify whole behaviors.
Very one-sided.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And men are not open to listen to the new age of women that don't think like the fucking 1960s.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to belittle me and degrade me because I'm not a woman that is going to take anything or let you just do anything to me, and I'm always there for you. That does not make me a hoe. That does not make me a stripper. That does not make me a streetwalker. That does not make me less than a woman that I am.
Look at the outfit she's wearing, and she expects people to praise her for it, especially when she talks about the 60s. The women of that decade were potential wives for the most part, but modern women are not. The irony extends further when you consider the historical context. In the days of old, chivalry was a virtue, with knights demonstrating honor and dedication in their pursuits of love. Fast forward to the present, and the landscape has shifted dramatically. Modern women's liberation and empowerment have led to greater independence. Note the irony, because they don't clean sewers or fix the electric grid. However, this empowerment hasn't only bestowed freedom, it has inadvertently devalued some of the traditional aspects of romance. The idea of a knight in shining armor has been replaced with swiping left and right on a digital screen. Another thing is bagging guys and keeping rosters of dudes, including ghosting the so-called nice guys they crave once the wall hits harder than inflation. This shift has spurred men to reconsider their roles as well. The allure of being a bad boy or an aloof individual who doesn't commit is now associated with a certain mystique that some women find irresistible. The very qualities that were once attributed to chivalry, dedication, emotional openness, and long-term commitment have, in some circles, been overshadowed by the thrill of the chase and the fleeting nature of modern interactions, aka hookup culture. So, are men rightfully avoiding commitment, or are they merely adapting to a dating scene that's evolving at breakneck speed? The latter. While some men do genuinely shy away from commitment due to their own emotional baggage or fear of losing their freedom, the landscape they navigate is colored by the behavior of the women they encounter. At the end of the day, that's the market, my friend, and if the incentives for being a gentleman are not in place, no smart men are being a gentleman, let alone marrying women.
I don't want to get married.
Yeah.
I don't want any of these women. I think women definitely do the same thing too. It's like we've had this string of bad relationships, so then we convince ourselves that we don't want to get married, or we say I'd rather be single, but you can't say you'd rather be single if you've never experienced a real man. You are saying you don't want to be married to those men, to those mistakes, but sometimes you don't even know what exists.
Until you feel that. Like, you don't even think about marriage until you feel it with somebody.
Exactly.
You like, oh, wait,
so you turned off by the idea of doing it with the wrong person, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think, like you were saying, men don't, or you might have said, Troy, men don't want to feel like they're giving up, you know, that. But I think women are the same. Like, our fear sometimes is giving up our independence.
In conclusion, the irony of women lamenting the commitment-shy behavior of men while simultaneously managing their own roster of men is a modern-day tale that reflects the shifting dynamics between genders, the influence of technology, and the complexities of emotional vulnerability. As the dating landscape continues to evolve, so too will the narratives we create. The challenge lies in finding authenticity amidst the chaos and building connections that withstand the tests of time. And are you finding those connections with women? No. So no wonder why you, along with multiple smart men, decide to stay single and unwilling to mingle. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.